Hello people, how are you doing? It's me, it's Louise, and I'm coming to you from London, and I just want to tell you about my new ebook, which is free today. That is the 2nd of August, so sorry if you're tuning in and it's not the 2nd of August anymore. Please stay, because I've got good things to say, I think. I'm not sure yet. But even if it's not the 2nd of August anymore, and it is definitely right now, but maybe not when you're watching it. It's only $2.99. What's that? It could change your life. You know, if you agree with what I've written, and why shouldn't you? Because it's really good and it's from other people, not just me. So, and they're good people. $2.99 and it could change your life for the better. That's a bargain. Because we all go through hard times, don't we? Sometimes they're really hard, and sometimes it's just little annoyances throughout your day, and you're just thinking, how can I deal with this? And that person upset me, and blah, blah, blah. That's still adversity. That's some kind of suffering. So what we need is to see things from a different perspective. And even though we will begin by blaming people and getting irritated and all that, the point is to snap out of that as quickly as you can and be thinking more from a spiritual point of view, if you can, because it's going to help you. You're not doing it just because you want to be a really good person or something, although that's a good thing, isn't it? But you're doing it so that you aren't carrying around all this negative energy and influencing how your world is and how it will be. So that's the basic premise of the book. Anyway, so starting with the title, adversity, which I've already said is any kind of hardship. Faith in adversity is faith. Faith is the power to believe in the imagination. And so faith in during your particular adversity that you can come through it. And it also means faith in adversity, that adversity is a fuel for greatness, really. We need adversity in our life. It's there, everybody goes through it, but it's almost like we need it to develop our character, and it's something mysterious that takes us to where we are going, and we don't fully understand it. I don't anyway, but it's necessary, and it can bring us down, but it can also bring us up. And so we need to see it more as a friend, even though in the beginning, when something hits you that you don't want, it's really hard to do that. And the tendency is to blame others and just wish it wasn't like that. And that's normal. But as soon as you can, just start thinking from a spiritual point of view. So the main thing to do is to change our perception of adversity, not to see it as inherently negative. There's always good things that come out of hard times. And if you look back on things that have happened to you over your life, you will be able to find good things that have happened. Write them down. And if you can't, then you're not being totally honest with yourself, are you? So be honest. It's the only way, really. So your perception needs to change. And the way I have arranged this book is in 2 halves. So the first half is about adversity. Second half is about faith. Faith in the power of the imagination to create the kind of world that you really want. So that's more focused on Neville Goddard. And the first half is essentially, the way I see things is like Neville Goddard did, I think. I believe in his teachings. I believe in the power of the imagination, which is within us and is God in action. We've got such great power within us, more than like an atom bomb or a hydrogen bomb. If you've seen Oppenheimer recently, I haven't seen it yet. Don't tell me what happens. I know what happens really, because I was watching a documentary about him last night and it was really, really interesting. So I can't wait to see that. But I am very interested in the smallest particles of matter. I don't know that much about it, but I'm open to learning more, and how they correspond with spirituality. So I did a video clip a long time ago, which was about the positron, and Neville Goddard spoke about that in relation to Professor Feynman and his findings, which he won the Nobel Peace Prize for. And it was really interesting. So it's just basically, I wasn't going to talk about this. I've got to try and remember now. What was it about? The positron is a kind of electron. It's a particle, and it starts from where it hasn't been and goes to where it was. It sounds a bit crazy, doesn't it? A wrong way electron, I think, is how he described it. So when we imagine something that we really want in our lives, we are going to a place where we haven't been yet. Or we might have been there, but not in this particular incident. So we're imagining that we're already where we want to be, at our end goal. And we make it so vivid that when we open our eyes and see that we're not actually there, we're just in our room, and life hasn't changed, then it's like a shock. It's a shock to the system, because psychologically we were there. And so he made this similarity with the positron, as in it starts from where it hasn't been and goes back to where it was, and that's us. So I found that very interesting. And then I read a bit about the atom through Napoleon Hill's book, which is The Law of Success, and that's in the book, and it's really interesting. And well, I'll leave it to you to read about it, but when you think of how powerful the atom bomb is and the hydrogen bomb, it's so powerful. And when you see clips of it on YouTube, and it's scarily powerful. But it is true, we have got more power within us than that power. We've got the greatest power, the power of creation within us. And so we can do anything we want with this power. Well, we can create with it, we can manifest with it. And the main thing is imagining what we want and believing that we are going to get it. It's imagination and faith that are going to get you to where you want to go. So if you've got those two things and perseverance in it, you can achieve anything you want. And I really hope that people do, who are listening now, because we're here on this earth to fulfill our potential. And I think everybody should, and everybody should believe in themselves. It's really important. But it is hard sometimes, I understand that. So this book is hopefully going to help some people to get through hard times and loosen up the grip of objective reality on them, which is the world around us, like thinking that it's always going to be like that, and nothing's going to change, and we're never going to achieve anything. Just seeing in everyday life that everything is changing all the time, and that's the reality of life. And we know that intellectually, but when hard times hit, we can just think, oh, it's always going to be like this, like my life is boring and it's never going to change. But that's not the truth. That's the emotional reaction to a life that you don't particularly want. So read this book when you're going through hard times and remind yourself it's not going to stay like that forever. Embrace it and just learn from it every time. But keep your mind on what you want as far as you're able to. That's really going to help you. What else? I've got, at the end, I've got a list of quotes about adversity, which are really good, really pithy quotes that can make you think, yeah, adversity is my friend, when you hate it and you just want to just get out of whatever state you're in. And I've got some brief accounts of people, famous people, who overcame great adversity, different kinds of adversity. And that was really interesting to research. I'd like to do a few more actually. And it just made me realise that anything I'm going through is nothing compared to what they went through, some of them anyway. I really hope you like those accounts. And there is a one talk from Neville Goddard in there too, one of my favourites, which is the pearl of great price. And the pearl is the power within us, and you have to give up everything to buy that pearl. And what you give up is basically belief in any other power that can help you. The only power that can really help you is the power that you have within you. So don't put your faith in things on the outside. Just try and keep it to what you already have, the imagination and your self-belief. That's essentially what it's about. Okay, so I think that's probably enough from me. I hope you liked that. I hope you like my book. Please read it. And yeah, if you can find the time to write me a nice review, I will really appreciate that. I really do. And please subscribe. So I'm hoping mainly that it helps you in some way, and all the best with imagining. Okay, take care people, and speak to you soon. Bye.